To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
I do not feel bad for Shannon Sharpe. Actually, nail him to the wall. Men like Shannon Sharpe go after women whose frontal lobe have yet to develop, and then when they prove to you that they are still children, it's, how dare she try to manipulate me? How dare she try to get money from me? Why do you think she was fucking with your old ass? No, really. Why would a 19-year-old go after a man in his 50s who she also knows is only here for a good time? Y'all keep doing this. Y'all keep doing it. It keeps happening because y'all have spent y'all years mistreating women. And then because women have dealt with shit their entire life, you're like, that's baggage. No, that's called common sense. Because a woman will no longer allow you to play with her once a woman gets to the point where she's like, wait a minute. That's when y'all want to be like, oh, she got baggage. She got baggage. She got boundaries. And y'all don't want women with boundaries, with self-respect. Y'all want little girls who is going to do whatever y'all want her to do for a little bit of change. You want that phone telling that girl that you're going to choke the shit out of her and that she going to like it. And now she trying to get over on you and you mad. She's in it for money. She's in it for the money. Where y'all problem is, y'all think y'all are bigger than the program. Y'all get so full of yourself that you genuinely think this child wants you for real. Men like that scare me. Because what does a 56-year-old and a 19-year-old have in common? Actually, she's 20 now and he's 56 now. So a 55-year-old and a 19-year-old have in common. What? What do you have to talk about? What life experiences do y'all have to discuss? None. And anytime, and I know men are going to find their way in their comments like, it's legal. If you have to say it's legal as a way to defend your dating preferences, you're a predator. You're a predator. That's like us saying slavery was bad and y'all be like, well, it was legal. That doesn't make it okay. It used to be legal to beat your wife. It used to be legal to rape your wife. Does that make it okay? I mean, it's legal. Because y'all love to be, she legal, she legal, she legal, she legal. And then you know what I always find so funny? When men get to, when people ask them like, well, if you had a 19-year-old daughter and a man in his 50s wanted to date her, Would you be okay with that? Well, I mean, if he was gonna take care of her, and if he was gonna, no, you would not. You would not be okay with that. You would think, man, he is dirty. But for somehow y'all can reason with yourselves and think that that's okay. And don't come in the comments talk about Drea, because I think that whole dirty too. I think age gap relationships, any way you shift them, is disgusting. I think in any relationship where there is a significant difference, whether it be finances or age, there is going to be a level of manipulation. If someone has $0 and someone has millions of dollars, power difference. If someone has decades of life experience and someone barely has any, their frontal lobe, their critical thinking skills have yet to fully develop, there is going to be manipulation involved. And it's not appropriate. Y'all be wanting to date children, because if you just wanted to date someone a little bit younger than you, whatever. But if the age gap is bigger than the person's age, the age gap is bigger than the person's age, it's not appropriate. No matter which way y'all try to shake it. Oh, well, he could teach her something. She could get a mentor. Get a mentor. Get a mentor. Get a mentor. Not some dirty old man that wants to do whatever they was doing. And then also, let's tap into the big black baby.
Y'all are gonna hate me for this one, but not every woman is a victim. Some of them are just really good actors with, well, expensive lawyers. Let's make something perfectly clear. Just because a woman comes forward with a story doesn't make it true. And at this point, I'm really side-eyeing this Shannon Sharpe situation. The same lawyer, Tony Busby, who has more lawsuits on Diddy than Diddy has Grammys, just so happened to stumble into another man who has money, fame, and something to lose. Really? These women out here weaponizing tears, playing he hurt me like it's a TikTok trend. But behind the scenes, it's cash apps and calculated chaos. And the second a man doesn't do what she wants, boom, lawsuit. And Busby shows up like it's Judge Judy's spinoff. Do you know what hurts real survivors? This. Because now every actual victim has to work twice as hard just to be believed. Meanwhile, some of y'all out here acting like professional victims with zero receipts and a thirst for fame. So no, I don't support all women. I support the truth. I support facts. And I support real victims who aren't out here doing courtroom cosplay to get a payday and a People magazine cover. Because women lie too. Yes, I said it.
Y'all niggas on here talking about, but she look 25. Cool. But she's 19. The minute that you find out she's 19, like that shit naturally, you should like regurgitate. Like you shouldn't even want shit to do with Sharpe. And y'all niggas on here talking about she's more beautiful because she's younger. It's beauty and youth. I could show you a 35-year-old right now that look like an 18-year-old. She got the mind of a grown woman, but she look like she's fresh out of college. Niggas that think like Shannon Sharpe purposely mess with extremely young women because those younger women are easier. Okay, they're easier to lie to. They're more easily impressed. They're easier to control because they're gullible. They're naive. They're more attached to their innocence because they haven't experienced nothing. You attracted a younger woman? Cool. You 56. Find somebody in their 40s or 30s or 20s. But no, you chose a 19-year-old. You want to know why? Because them 20-year-olds, them 30-year-olds, they up on game. They done hurt the lives before. They done been flued out. They done been impressed by the money, all that shit. That shit don't work with their ass no more. And I ain't stupid. Okay, a 37-year age gap, Uncle probably just trying to get it rock soft off some fine shit. But you see where chasing lust gets you, don't it? Y'all niggas on here talking about beauty in the youth. Okay, cool. Show me the baddest bitch in the room. I put her in front of a mirror and watch the devil pop out, nigga. Like, lust can destroy you. And the women do it too. Talking about some real basketball wives. Hey, these old women out here preying on these young niggas, bro. They grooming them. The shit's sick. Even if the lawsuit do go his way, I mean, the damage is already done, bro. The text messages, the big black, all that. Hey, look, man, check on your unks. Make sure these niggas ain't on that shit.
I'm scared of the men defending Shannon Sharpe without a healthy dose of disgust at the age gap. You expect men to have the urge to eviscerate a female accuser before she gets the chance to speak, but you also expect them to sometimes have some disappointment in these men that they consider like powerful figures, especially if we're going to talk about the black man of it all. And it's like, what is it to build all this power and like access to generational wealth and then just throw it all away because you're messing with some 19-year-old who doesn't care about you and is saying weird things about put a black what? And he is still messing with her. To me, that's like a self-respect thing. And like, what do our community leaders look like? And are you going to hold them accountable? Because what does self-respect look like? Or are you okay ending up in that position? To me, it worries me. Responses to these figureheads in communities worry me. When the focus is, can you believe she would drive to his house as if he would approach you at the gym and then you kept coming back? Okay, let go of the 19-year-old white girl and what she may or may have not. We know that they had a relationship and it was weird. Pretty untoward and probably some untoward. I also think the men who are speaking on this can't understand the complexities of a woman's body, let alone the complexities of consent. Like the way consent is being talked about is a black and white thing. We all know that's not how it goes. And we shouldn't have to get into that because it's dehumanizing. That's point B. Because again, at a certain point, if there's going to be standards within the community for men, for not that he's an elder, but like elders, like leaders, figureheads, if people are to gain and be able to garner power and respect, you have to be able to hold them accountable or talk about the things, the ways that they really, really misstepped and disrespected themselves. And like, I find it disrespectful to the community. I personally find it disrespectful that we've seen him on live huffing and puffing and now this. I think it makes everybody look bad. Things like this is why, like, do you know what I'm saying? And it's like when he's saying, and they're going to say all of the stereotypes about me. Well, are you a retired football player chasing a 19-year-old white girl and then getting in trouble with the legal because she said something weird and you liked it? To see some men's responses on here be like to attack the 19-year-old, you're a grown man. Talk about the men in your, let's fix that. Maybe if the standard was withheld or respected, or we could talk about how disrespectful to himself Shannon Sharpe is being, to his own career, and what he has just done to his own reputation through negligence. That would be the conversation I would be expecting men to be having. But dogging on the 19-year-old girl is more fun without addressing any of the egregiousness of somebody almost thrice her age. Where are the adults here? Where are the adults here? Because I'm 27 and like, I would obviously never date a 19-year-old. I wouldn't date a 24-year-old. I probably wouldn't date, I don't date younger than me actually, because I think it's weird. I think it's really weird. But that falls into my realm of like self-respect and respect of dynamics and community and personal responsibility. But also like, that's weird to me. Like it doesn't give any, for me, I'm just not interested in that because I want to learn and be mentally engaged. Not everybody is interested in that, but for when you're talking about like things like gross words that I don't like saying, like race play, what sort of well-accomplished man requires that from a 19-year-old white girl to get his shit off? And why can't you guys figure that out somewhere? You know? Why do you have to keep singing the same song of, oh, this girl, she's a false accuser, burn her at the stake, she's stupid, you thought, men love to come on here and be like, bitch, you thought. Do you know what I'm saying? To a point where you're like, what is this? Go figure out what is going on over there. Please, quickly. Go get your mans. Go get your unk. Like, why is he on live? And this is twice in a year that we've heard something about his intimacy life. Also, I have seen that there's other allegations. Like, it's not just one person. So, I don't know. I think we need to see a lot more, and I think a lot more will come out before we can form an opinion. But the way it's being spoken about, to me, is like a bit concerning.
And now that we spent a full day talking about the girl, let's talk about Shannon Sharpe. And one point in particular, I keep hearing y'all say, well, you know, he's into race play, and I'm not going to kink shame anybody for being into something weird. Nah, bro. Only reason you're saying that is because you're into some weird shit and you don't want anyone to question you. I'm definitely thinking you weird if you're into race play. What are you talking about? I don't care what race you are. Yuck, that's crazy. Most of the time, they're saying degrading shit while you're in there. What you mean you're not going to judge him for being into race play? I'm judging all of y'all, bro. Y'all too freaked out. Call me vanilla if you want to. From spitting in each other's mouths to race play to too much butt stuff. Like, all y'all are freaked the fuck out. And Shannon Sharpe, I think that's his biggest downfall. Nigga, just too freaky. I remember I made a video about that kid, Scam Likely, when he was going on the Registered Offenders Tour, where he was messaging these women who were registered schmex offenders. And I was like, yo, this isn't crazy. Why are y'all normalizing this, like, what do they call it, gooner behavior these days? Why are y'all, I made a whole video and y'all was like, oh, you just taking it too serious. That's who Shannon Sharpe is. Y'all looking at a 56, 7-year-old Scam Likely. And y'all just be letting this shit happen. Every time I talk about something like this, somebody be in the comment section, oh, this is just purity culture. Oh, this is just woo-de-woo-de-woo. You're gonna turn into a freaky old nigga. It's never gonna stop. If you never discipline yourself, you're never gonna stop. And this comes from so many people who just don't have the discipline to tell themselves no. You can't save money. You can't finish a diet. You can't get up and go to the gym. You can't stop being freaky. You can't even control yourself. I don't care how rich and successful you end up. That will be the fall of you. You too freaky.
So she's old enough to be an OF model and an S3X worker, but she's not old enough to be with somebody that is older. Okay. I 110% agree that, bro, if you're in your mid-50s, early 50s, you shouldn't be messing with a 19-year-old. Point blank, period. I fully agree. But at the same time, two conversations are supposed to be had right now. And I haven't seen nobody talking about the other one. Definitely not any women. She's old enough to be doing S3X work. She's old enough to be doing OF content. She's old enough to post her body literally nude. Y'all say she's mentally mature enough to do all of that and mentally understands the repercussions of doing all of that, but not mature enough to sleep with somebody that's older than her? I just don't understand it. I think OF and all spicy websites need to be banned. Point blank, period. But it's $1 trillion industry, so obviously that's not going to happen. I say move the minimum age from 18 to, I want to say 25, but obviously that's very unrealistic. Bare minimum 23, we'll say that. All I'm saying is if you're one of those people that support this line of work and you support 18-year-olds in this line of work, but then on the other hand, you say they're not mature enough to sleep with somebody older. Again, sleep with somebody older, not date, not marry. They just slept together. It doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up.